I hate coming of age movies. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, my little cove of the internet. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas. I already said that in my first video, but I'm gonna say it again. Merry Christmas. It's the new year, 2020, and we are going to get the ground running and go off to a good start. If I seem a little down, which I probably won't, but I'm just feeling like it. I just went to dinner with my friends, and we exchanged birthday gifts because we haven't seen each other in a while. So if I seem a little down or I seem a little weird, it's just because I'm tired because I ate so much. But I wanted to make this video, and I have been, I've been on vacation, and I have been binge watching a bunch of stuff that I've been meaning to watch, but I just haven't had the time because I was in school. And now since I'm on vacation, I watched the movie Booksmart. It's a movie that is directed by Olivia Wilde, which I forgot that she even did that movie or directed it. And it kind of shows. I'll explain why later, but it was directed by Olivia Wilde. The producers were, I think, Will Ferrell and Adam McKay, I think. I'll look up the name later, but I think that's his name. And it's basically about two girls in California, I think in the Valley in Los Angeles, and they are overachievers. They always stick to the status quo, and they want to do everything right, get in the best schools, and one got into Yale, and then the other got into Columbia. And it's the last day of school, and they are finally going to go off and graduate the next day, but they realize that everyone else that they know, who they think are dumb, are going to horrible schools, and they're going to great schools because they think they're better than everybody. But then what they realize is the people that partied also got to go to these great schools. They got accepted. And after that revelation, they're like, okay, we're gonna have one last final hurrah before we actually go off and be students, in an effort to actually have one night of fun when everybody that they know thinks that they're just these fuddy-duddies who don't want to have any fun. It ensues in a lot of rambunctious chaos and just the raunchiest shit you can even imagine. Not like Project X raunchiness, but maybe just a couple bars below that. But after watching it, after I have been hearing how good it is, how great it is, how it's going to be getting all these awards, how it's going to be nominated, I have one thing to say about Booksmart. I hate coming of age movies. And I know what you're thinking. You may be saying, Deja, why do you hate them? They're for your demographic, or you should at least appreciate what they're doing to, expose young kids, or at least to make sure that they get the coming of age story right. No, I hate it. You want to know why? Because I have one word for you: white. Me as a black girl, I already have to exist in a world where I do not see myself in a lot of roles when it comes to movies in general, but coming of age movies I feel like are the epitome of just a stereotypical white person who's like, oh, woe is me, my life is so hard, I just don't belong anywhere. And it's yes, to some degree that's true, but to a marginalized person like me, I just don't care. The only actual movies that I enjoy that are coming of age movies are indie movies, and that is, I think, Moonlight, and then I think even Waves. Both are great A24 movies, but the only one that I would categorize as a good coming of age movie for me is Moonlight, because number one, the protagonist is a black, gay, poor boy in Florida. And Waves is kind of going in that direction, but the thing that I don't like about it is that it has the male protagonist with a white girl, or at least a white passing Latina, and then they have his sister, the main protagonist's sister, with the white boy. Now that one I'm not that worried about, or that amped up about, because black women don't really have representation when it comes to love, so that's all right. But just the fact that it's always the white passing girl with the black boy, and then, or just any white passing or white person with a person of color, it's just too much. And I don't know, I guess for me, I just thought Booksmart would be better, and even to that degree of films like The Edge of 17 with Haley Steinfeld. I haven't seen it, but that's on my list as well. But I really don't want to watch it because I feel like I know it's coming. And I did this topic for a class that I had a couple semesters ago. I'll link it right here. And it's called Teens of Color in Movies. And that was like the first time that I ever actually thought about how our narratives aren't really in the public eye, because it's like, no one cares about us. That's not true. However, I will say there are fantastic coming of age stories that aren't necessarily movies, like The Get Down, or Real Women Have Curves, which there was a whole controversy with that film, and it basically was that movie got copied by Lady Bird, director Greta Gerwig, and she made Lady Bird because if you look side by side, both movies are the exact same. One's just a color, then the other one's white. And I watched Lady Bird too, and it's so boring. That movie, Call Me by Your Name, isn't that bad, but it's bad for other reasons. If you guys have seen it, you know what I mean. And what other teen movies? I'm trying to think what other teen movies, but Booksmart just wasn't good for me. And all I have to say is, for Carrie Fisher's daughter, she's hilarious. I loved her in Scream Queens because she didn't really actually act all that much, or she was the randomest, the weirdest, the craziest girl in the whole movie, and every time she was on scene, she absolutely stole it. And that just is a very big problem for me, where I just see, well, not to start on that tangent, but after watching the movie, I'm just like, this is just a big problem. Like, I was telling all of my friends, saying that I think that if I was in it and one of my best friends was in it and we were the two girls, we would make the movie a lot more entertaining. Just them. It felt really boring to me, and it was just dumb, and it was just another white girl comedy that was trying to be cool. And then throughout the movie, it just had like a bunch of riffs and like inserted music of popular and not so popular hip-hop songs, and I just felt like Olivia Wilde was just trying to be hip and cool and trying to get into what the kids want. And I understand and I get it, but it was also kind of like the female version of Superbad, but like the smart female version of Superbad, whereas Neighbors 2, that movie with Seth Rogen, Rose Byrne, and Zac Efron, but the sequel to that one, where it had like Chloe Grace Moretz and whatever, that was like the raunchy side of Superbad. This is like the intellectual side, and I feel like I like the Seth Rogen one more than this one. I don't know. I just want to see more of us. Yeah, more of us, people of color, in coming of age narratives, because I feel like that's so important. Like, I remember I was so excited to see Dope, which is a coming of age movie set in Inglewood, just like Issa Rae's show Insecure, about a guy, I think his name is Jamal. It's been so long since I watched the movie. I think it's on Netflix. Go check it out if you want. It's not good though. And he basically is like a whitewashed black guy, and he's the only dark one in the entire movie. His best friend is a girl who's light-skinned. I think her name is Kiri Simmons. And then his other best friend is a guy. He's Flash Thompson from the new Spider-Man movie. And all the girls in the movie are light-skinned. There's Zoe Kravitz and then there's Chanel Iman. Light-skinned! I mean, Chanel Iman's not super light like Zoe, but she's not my skin color. And it's just so frustrating to see Hollywood not giving people who look like me any credit, especially black women. Like, that's the thing that pisses me off. Where, there are no places for people like me to be. Like Solange said, I want to have a seat at the table. And God, I can go on and on, but it just frustrates me. I don't know. What do you guys feel about Booksmart? If you guys have seen it, what are some other teen comedies that you like, dislike, want to talk about? We can have a discussion about it in the comments below. But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys about it. It was good, but it was just not what I was expecting. And I was talking to one of my friends about it, and she said that it was just like random funny, and I get it, but at the same time, it just frustrates the hell out of me. So yeah. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below, please. I want to have a discussion about it. I want to talk about it. But also, some random recommendations. I don't know, maybe I should do like a weekly recommendations. I'm thinking about releasing a video every Saturday, or like every Saturday and Sunday or something. I don't know. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you want to see. But yeah, some recommendations. I go all over the place, I'm sorry. Some random recommendations. The Witcher with Henry Cavill. It's really, really funny. It's like Game of Thrones, but funny. Like that's how I always sell it to people, just to make sure they watch it. It's Game of Thrones, but funny. It was a video game, then it was a book, or it was a book and then it was a video game, and now it's a TV show on Netflix, and it's so good. And I'm watching Don't Fuck with Cats, that documentary about that killer that was hunted down by internet people. Ooh, it is good. So I will catch you guys on the next video. Bye.